Hi, CMattDye here. Welcome to the video. Today we're doing the top 5 CNFT projects for this week. And let's get into it. I always like to look at volume first. So if we look at the last 24 hours, it is kind of dismal. You can see that the volume is down, sales are up, NFTs sold are down, which tells you obviously there's buying of higher priced NFTs. When the trades are up, sales are down. If you're looking at the last 7 days, volume is down, trades are down, NFTs sold are down. In the last 30 days, all three are actually up slightly, 0.64%, slightly, very slightly. And if we go to overall, let's wait for this chart to load real quick. So overall, we can see it's very dismal. You know, the volume is pretty low compared to everything else. If we look at everything, epoch.art almost at 1%. You have Pixels, Space Buds, JPEG Store, and CNFT.io is below Epoch Art. So that's interesting. I think more people should probably use Epoch Art, but it is what it is. Let's get on with what is going on. Ranking top 5, you have Mallard Order, Clay Nation, Aeoniumsky Virtua, and Chilled Kongs. For the record, I did have to look that up how to pronounce, but you know, it is what it is. I don't really follow that project, but it's been out for a while, so it's going to be an interesting analysis. Let's get into what is going on. So Mallard Order is number 1. We've talked about them before on the channel. They have a 25,000 ADA all-time high sale. I got into their Discord prior to mint. I wasn't really a fan after talking to their team, but the project is doing well. And this is a good example. Just because you may like or dislike a project, it doesn't mean it's going to be good or bad. It just means you personally don't want to be a part of it. And that's fine. And that's a good lesson to know. Just because someone doesn't want to be part of a project doesn't mean it's going to be good or bad. It just means that that's their personal opinion. It is turning out to be a pretty good project. 25,000 all-time high ADA sell is pretty impressive. And I said that last time. It's impressive, 25,000. Floor right now is 494. And last time I did talk about seeing the... I don't know why this restarted. Okay, and last time I talked about it, I want to say price was up here. Now that it's pulling back, it pulled back to that 430 level because it was still trying to find a floor last time I talked about it. Still trying to find a floor, and now it's trying to put that floor above 400, which is very interesting. So that's really what I'm seeing, that floor trying to stay over 400. 350, 400 seems like a pretty decent buy point right now in this project. I don't think the floor has 100% been found yet, so it's still probably looking. So maybe 3 to 400 would be that new number of looking. But the project definitely has a strong community. I've spoken to a few people in the community. Haven't gone into their Discord per se, but I've talked to some people who are actually part of the community, and they do enjoy the project. There's a lot of hype behind the project. I'm not going to get into this project, but 300, 400 seems like a good buy point if you do like the project, and you know, see where it can go. 25,000 ADA all-time high sell. Again, that's impressive. Usually I'll see projects come out, maybe the number 1 or one of ones, depending on what collection it is, might sell anywhere between 1,000, 5,000 ADA, and the project might do okay, it might do great, it might not do anything at all. 25,000 ADA, that's somebody really putting a lot of faith behind the project, and I know there are a lot of other people like that. So, you know, look at the project if you're interested in it, and just keep an eye on those levels that I mentioned if you are looking for a entry. Number 2, Clay Nation. You guys know I'm a fan of clays. I've always been. ever since I got into it many months ago. And they have an all-time high sell of 100,000, and current floor is at 25.85. So if we look at this over the past month, it's been pretty steady, and it's not really looking much different. It's just very steady movement. Let's see, 2,300 to 2,000 seems like a good buy point. Seems like a very good buy point. The low right here is at 2,100, 2,200. So yeah, 2,000, 2,300, maybe up to 2,500, but I'm thinking probably it's going to be around 2,000, 2,300 would be a good buy point. There's a chance it could come below 2,000, but I think if it does drop below 2,000, I think it's a very quick move. Just somebody trying to paper hand to get out, try to get some liquidity. So 2,000, 2,300 looks like a very good buy point for this project, in my opinion. Next, Aeoniumsky. Like I said, I had to look up to be able to pronounce this. I didn't even know what it was called. I hadn't heard of the project. But if we go down here, if we go to all, we can actually see that it minted way over here October the 8th of 2021, and now it's in August. That is actually very interesting. So now we have to click on 30-day to see what's actually been happening, since the chart's just so not very good looking at all. So you can see that it started on the 14th around 22, and now it's actually pushing up. There's a 125 floor, 90 floor, 105 floor. Right now it says it's at a 38 floor price. I'm thinking the data probably just hasn't updated yet on this 38 floor price. That doesn't make sense. If I go over here to the ranking, Aeoniumsky has a floor price of 110 over here. And that's why I'm not a fan of OpenCNFT. It takes a while to update sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't update. But anyway, this project, you have an all-time high sell of 14,000. It looks like a metaverse play, I would think. So they're probably going to have a lot of different, or a couple different, maybe 5 different things come out for them. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. They're probably a metaverse play. You have 3,428 holders out of 8,945 minted, which is kind of a weird number, but that's pretty good. And if we go down here, well, it doesn't even show wallets. OpenCNFT, you guys need to get on the ball. So let's go to the next project, Virtua. I really can't tell you anything about floor price here, just because it's not really showing me anything, and OpenCNFT is just having issues. If it holds over 50, I mean, it would be nice, but if it does drop back down, 20, 30 seems like a pretty decent area. So it's very difficult to even have a good entry buy point on this. The data I'm getting is just so messed up. So next, let's go to Virtua. Virtua, a lot of people are excited about it. A lot of big, they have a big dev team, and there's a lot of hype behind this project. They have a 49,000 all-time high sell, and right now floor price is at 199. Their holders to mint is very good, actually. And if we go down here to the floor, it's still kind of hopping around trying to find itself, but anywhere above 150, it looks like people are definitely buying that up, and they have been doing so since the since July 7th. So they've been buying that floor. Looks good. You have a couple big holders here. This 226 holder, I'm not too sure with that. I don't usually look in wallets during this video, but in this case, I think it's probably important. So let's look inside here. There's 226 lands. They have 21 Cardano Summit NFTs. Not really sure what these other ones are. Doesn't really matter. But 226. That's interesting. So that's could be a team wallet. This is the JPEG wallet, Epoch Art wallet, and CNFT wallet over here. So this could be the team wallet, perhaps. but you still have 67, 61, 58, 49 as your top four after that. So you definitely have some holders, and there's a lot of hype behind the project. It's probably, I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be a good project, in my opinion. So, anywhere between 100 and 150, I would be a buyer. But so far, everyone's buying over 150. So, we'll see what happens here. And Virtua, you do have the different land sizes. So obviously your largers are going to be way up here. This is going to be your smaller ones. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this project, because the mint was kind of unheard of. Like, they really did charge secondary prices for their mint, which was interesting. So I want to see where this one can go to. Next, Chilled Kongs. You guys know I like this project. All-time high sell of 135,000. Floor price right now is at 23.50. Holder to mint ratio, very, very nice. And I've been a fan of this. Buy around 2,000, 2,300, ride it to 3,000. Buy it 2,000, 2,300, ride it up. It didn't quite make it to 3,000 here, but that's just because that's just the market that we're in. And right now, you're probably going to see this come down. You saw the 1,900 sell over here, just a one-time sell. Floor's been hovering around 2,200. You also had a 2050 sell. So it might dip down under 2,000 a little bit, maybe 1,800 to 2,100. That could happen just because of the market that we're in. But then look for this thing to start moving higher. I know they do have a mint coming out before CNFT Con, which is, I believe, 8 weeks from now. Something like that. So if it does drop down a little bit, then that would be the time to start snatching them up, in my opinion. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. What have I done in the past week? I bought another Seal Society. I got into some more Space Bugs Poker Club just to get a couple full houses. And that's about it. So that's what I've done. That's what I'm looking for. So that's the video. So if you like it, throw a like. If not, throw a dislike. I appreciate the feedback. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the crypto markets. Take care.